We are the one who elected these members of parliament to go to parliament to represent us. When it's time for voting, they will not tell you if you are not gay. I mean, we only want gay people to vote. I mean, not to vote. When it's time for voting, everybody is coming, knocking to your door, asking for your favor, asking you to vote them. When you vote them, they go into politics, they go into power, and they turn against the community, which is for the LGBTI. We give them the powers, which powers we expect them to treat everybody equally. But in this case, they have turned against us by passing this bill. How the bill becomes a law, even then without a signature or with the signature of the president. Under Article 91, subsection 3, some of you are lawmakers, you know all this. The president has only 30 days to sign to the passed bill or return it to the parliament with a request that the bill or a particular provision be considered. He could also notify the Speaker of Parliament in writing that he has refused to sign to it. In the event that he refuses to sign to it, the Parliament under Article 91 subsection 6 may consider the bill and pass it again, or the Speaker can cause a copy to be laid before the House for it to become a law without the President's signature. In this case, this bill, there are two types of bill. Those are the ones I know. Probably others know more than that. We have two types of bill. We have a private member's bill, and also we have the cabinet bill. So the cabinet bill, it's for everybody, because the cabinet bill belongs to the bill belongs to the executive wing of government, since it's the government who appoints the ministers. So the powers belongs to the executive, that's the president. But for the issue of a private member's bill is for a member of parliament who has been elected by the will of people within that district. For example, let's talk about Lund or Malmö. So if he proposes a bill, there is what we call a majority vote and then a minority vote. So in this case, a minority vote is considered for a private member's bill, meaning that when the bill has been mentioned in Parliament and there are some implications within the bill, the Speaker of Parliament in the first reading will eventually ask the Parliament to go for recess for either 1 month or 2 months, and this particular period the Speaker of Parliament will also actually appoint a committee, legal committee, which will undergo and scrutinize the bill in case there are implications, and then this committee will make recommendations on this bill. And once the recommendations have been made, then the bill can be brought back to the House to debate. If still there are implications in it, the Speaker of Parliament will have no choice except to send members of Parliament to their different districts where they come from to do consultation, to ask people, to give them again a mandate to come and vote for this bill, which they did. But to our surprise is when these people went back to the districts to do their finding from their people who elected them, they only went and told people that, oh, yes, we have the anti-homosexuality bill and we need to pass them for a reason, because these homosexuals recruit our children. We would like to protect our children from homosexuals. We would also want to maintain culture, because a woman is meant for a man, but not a man for a man, not a woman for a woman. So the community itself said, no, this is not acceptable. But they did not tell the community exactly what are the implications of this bill. Because it's better you to educate the community. The first thing, guide them what are the implications of this bill. Then after that, when people seems to think that the bill is okay, the implications are quite flexible, then you can go ahead. But they did not educate people. They always said it's anti-homosexual bill, it's about recruitment, it's about protecting our children, it's about people getting married, and that was it. But in reality, in this bill, for example, if the bill becomes a law, my parents who produced me will be arrested if they don't report me within 24 hours to police. My friends who are very close to me can be a teacher, can be a doctor, can be a nurse, can be anybody around you, a landlord, can be just a friend, and you don't report me to police, you can also be arrested. And once they arrest you, you serve 7 years in police. That's the penalty. So all this information was actually not passed to the community. So in that sense, the community just said, go. So when they came back, they all came back and said, the community has given us this mandate, this bill should be passed. That's how the bill came back to Parliament. At the expiry date of the 30 days, with the president not fulfilling any of the requirements in Article 91 subsection 3, which I read before, the bill automatically becomes a law under Article 91 subsection 7, which says, where the president fails to do any of the acts specified in the clause 3 of the article within the period prescribed in that clause, the president shall be taken to have signed the bill, and at the expiry date of that period, the Speaker of Parliament shall call a copy of the bill to be laid before Parliament, and the bill shall become a law without the president's signature. So now you see a difference. It will automatically become a law. But in this case, the president of Uganda actually has notified the Speaker of Parliament. I think 4 days ago, he has already written about a 8-page document back to the Speaker of Parliament with his arguments, saying they passed this bill not in accordance with the Parliamentary Act. The Parliamentary Act says for the bill to be passed, you must have a 30% of the parliamentarians present in the House. The other argument he said is the bill was not in the agenda of the day. It was just picked, since it was a Christmas gift, So it was just picked and put there. The third reason he gave is they are still doing consultation. But then we are asking consultation with who? Because they are stakeholders, that's very true. But the LGBT community should be included during the consultation. Then they should hear our side of the story as well. But in this case, we have not seen any notification either from Attorney General or from the Speaker of Parliament or from anybody, nothing. So we have no idea whether there was consultation going on or not.